Hello everyone, welcome back to Kandeke Chess. So in today's game analysis, we'll be going over the Caro-Kann defense. So why I chose the Caro-Kann is that after e4 and you play e5, there are a lot of or tons of theory that you need to be aware of. The first one is the Italian game. The second one is the Rui Lopez, where it extends here. So these moves happen after this. So you need to be aware of a lot of theory from here. This, the scotch. So after analyzing this position, I thought of what is the other move that black can play so that they may try to maintain at least an advantage in one thing, which if they study it deeply and understand the theory, they are going to be outplaying the white pieces very much. So that's why I decided that we can go for the Caro-Kann playing c6. So e4 c6 and the move d4 comes on the board. So after d4 comes on the board, we challenge e4 with d5. So once we challenge this, so there is a capture of which we're just going to capture back. But in this analysis, we're not focusing on the capture. So the move that we are focusing on is the advanced. So what happens if they play the advanced variation? So the advanced happens after this, of which if they play this, the move that you need to remember, there are two moves that we are going to analyze from this position. The first one is playing c5 and playing g6. So let's go with c5 first. So once c5 has been played, there is an option of white capturing. So what happens if white just captures the pawn? So the move that you are going to remember is playing e6. So like the way we play the queen's gambit, so if they capture the queen's gambit, like in the queen's gambit, we play a silent e3 move if we are playing as white. But this time we are playing as black, so that's why we played c6, e6. So after playing this, you can notice that this is under attack. So most of the beginners will try to defend this. With this pawn. So let's say they do this, but of which we know from the Queen's Gambit theory that this is like totally wrong for them to do, of which we can start attacking the base of the pawn chain, even putting the knight here until all these pawns will be split up. So let's take an example. So we can even play knight coming here. So after that, they may try to hold the position. Let's see, they do this. Yeah, then you start attacking from the knowledge of the Queen's Gambit. So if you have not watched the video that I made on the Queen's Gambit, you can check it out and see how to split these pawns. Sure. But most of the advanced players know that doing this, playing this move is totally wrong, of which trying to have something that you can't have, trying to hold on something that you can't have. So that's why they stick to playing the bishop coming to e3. So bishop e3, and this will be the basis of our analysis. So after bishop coming here, the move that you need to remember is playing knight to d7. So just trying to put more pressure on the pawn that is on c5. So after that, they'll do this, trying to pin your bishop, trying to pin with the bishop. So after doing that, then you are going to challenge the bishop. After you challenge the bishop, they will take. So if they take, you are going to take with the bishop, taking back with the bishop. And after doing that, you see them play this, of which our idea will be very simple. We'll try to move the knight in this fashion so that we can challenge this, what is holding this pawn. So after that, even if they do this, we are going to capture the bishop that is here, bring our rook here, bring our queen here, and play this. So once you see this move played c3, so you need to remember to play this, just playing f5, so that this won't be possible because of the captures. Let's see, maybe they do this, we are going to move here, They come here, you can just capture. They do this, you do this. They play this, yeah. At this point, you can even just capture. That would be totally fine. So, we have analyzed what happens if they try to hold on to this pawn with the bishop. That is what you do. So, the move that you should always remember is playing knight coming to d7. So, the knight coming to d7 is a key move. So, once you play knight to d7, you are trying to attack this, and they'll be forced to do this. This will mostly happen in your games. Then you challenge the bishop, capture, capture, bring the rook here, bring the knight here to challenge the bishop that is here, and capture this bishop. That is the key idea. If you see this, you need to play this so that the connection of these pawns won't be possible. And you are going to play this, trying to challenge this. If this is ever played, you capture this side. If they capture here, you capture this side, and these pawns will be split. That is how you do it. But the other way that you can do it is, so after the capture, let's see. So we have discussed what happens after you do this, but what happens with the second move that we said we are going to discuss? So the intention of you playing g6. So before the move is played, let me talk about the intention. So the move that is mostly played even at lichess, it's this move. That's what they do. So after they advance, they do this, trying to play e6. But the downside of this move, let's see, if you do this, this will be just played. And you'll be forced to trade plus activating their queen. That's the downside. But let's see how G6 takes care of this business. Advance G6. So once G6 is played, so it's like a waiting move. You are not trying to play the bishop here, but rather waiting until maybe you see this. Then you can play. Now the difference is that, let's see, after this is played, you can even go for this. This comes, trade, and do this. Now you can see that the queen is not on its original spot. So after that, you are going to do this, play this. You can even move here. Yeah, just hop in here. So if the capture ever occurs, you are free to take back. That's the idea. So the idea is for us not to trade our bishop with a bishop that was doing nothing, but has rather just come to challenge us. So that's the key idea. That's why we are sticking to this. So on the advanced variation, you can choose one, the one that suits you. So either playing c5 or this. That's the key idea. So guys, this is what I had for you. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And part 2 is coming, whereby an exchange occurs in the center after you play d5. So we'll be talking about the exchange variation. Don't forget to come back. That will be tomorrow. Yeah. Then we'll be trying to use the Caro-Kann on lichess. That will be on Sunday on a live stream.